kids have to read, you should read. If your kids have to have general knowledge, you read newspapers. You keep seeing TV, go and study, even that time you don't look at it. What is the use? And every parent, at whatever age your kids are, keep them on the lap. Pat them because they are your son or daughter. At the age of 40, I lost my mother only 5 years back. Age of 40, when she stays with me in Hyderabad, as soon as I come from my office, I sleep on her lap. And she puts the hand on my head and says that, beta, you will become successful. That's the only blessing which I have, nothing else in my life. If once she has given shapa, I should have become bad in my life. No mother should give shapa. No mother should have a right to scold the kids. Just love. Love as much as you can and they will become wonderful. The time you say you are not going to be bad, they will become bad. Because the biorhythm which you have matches with the biorhythm of the kids. If you unknowingly have a worry of they don't perform well, they will not perform well. The time you think they will perform well, they will perform. It's as simple as that.
How to come up with that? They have worries, they are mother. They are teaching them.
Yeah. Don't you have confidence with them?
Sometimes we have.
Yeah, you don't have because you are a apple and you cannot produce a orange. You know that you are not good. That's all, as simple as that. If you feel you are good and you think that getting the highest mark is the best, no, it does not make a good product. I am from a national institute as a scientist in space department. I have seen IIT people with a PhD come to my office. I have taken them to mental hospitals. I can show you hundreds of examples. I was in Delhi. The first few months I was collecting only paper cuttings with committing suicides. Many people who are MD students in the medical college, they commit suicide. What for? What you should teach in life is to live in full enjoyment. That is life. Many people, when you ask question, hege idare life nadita ide alva going on like this, if you ask in Malayalam how is life, they will say going on like this. Kannada same, Telugu jaragutta ide, Tamil eppadi irukadhu appadiye pogaradu. But at least in Gujarat and Bengal people are happy. My guru used to say, as the Indian geography is, the people are happy and unhappy. The more happiest is at the top. Maja all the time. Right? See, you see the serial in the TV, they use smiling people only. You see the Kerala serial, all crying. It's a way of life. I think now you should live. Assume you keep being happy, your kids also will become happy. If you start saying all the problems in life going on like this, why you should go? Why can't you stop it? Yeah? Who asked you to go like this? Stop it. You make your kids happy. You want, if assume you ask your child, how is your life going on like this? Will you feel happy? You want your kids to be happy, you be happy first. Spread happiness through show your life. That's the best way. Any of your Malayalis other than me and Rajit? Yeah. If somebody was asking somebody's name, what is your father's name? It's Pandarakalan. I used to say, the people call Daddy. In Malayalam, we said Da means with angry you want to scold somebody. Da for gents. D means girls, ladies. So they always listened Da from the lady speaking to gents and husband speaking to wife as D. So they read it together and then people started calling Daddy. I think it's the way you speak together, that's what they learn. You start spreading happiness, they become happy. Why you are scolding your kids? Because you got from your parents. Correct? All bad words you will use. Why you are using bad words? Because you listened to bad words. From where did you get it? From many places. You have to dump it to somebody else. What you have only you can give. Why can't you stop this parampara and stop there? And from now onwards, I will not scold anybody. See, mind is such a thing. You learn dog. It's a wonderful animal. Learn the word. And you also know son. He is a wonderful word. He is my son. But when you get angry, you mix together and use it on somebody else. See, this mixing happens inside your manas. Why? Because your manas is not clean. Keep your manas clean. How do you clean it? 1 kg Vim powder? No. Surf or something. You can't clean your manas because you have to clean your eyes. Whatever you see, see positive things. Whatever you listen, listen positive things. Why do you want to blame somebody else? Never do that. Purne manasi sampurnam jagat sarvam sudhadravaihi upana gudapadasya nanu charma strudaiva bhuvu. The world is as such as you want to see that. You are happy, you will see everywhere happiness. You are unhappy, you will see everywhere unhappiness. So keep seeing happiness. Try to spread happiness. Tell them how to enjoy life and live. That's what every parent must teach. And enjoyment, not temporary, permanent. Which makes you unhappy tomorrow saying, oh, I should not have done it. That enjoyment is very temporary. Tomorrow I must feel that, oh, what I have done is yesterday is also good. So that I will become double happy. That's what is essential. That's what really a parent can give to the kids. Make them confident on you and you become confident on them. Okay, leave them money. Give them as much as they want. You don't have to control them. They will never spend. My mother used to say, Lakshana putra nindinayo dhanam. Alakshana putra nindinayo dhanam. A wonderful son, you don't have to give him money. He will make his money. If he is not a good son, why do you want to give him money? So both way you don't have to give him anything. Is it not? We say, I am making money for whom? For my children. If you make a good son, you don't have to give him money. You have to give maintenance only when the production is bad. So make good kids. That's what is essential. Good in what? Good in all. Good in all. Don't restrict. Be constructive mechanisms of spending every moment in life. At home. That's what is essential. Nimisham jolitam sreyam nadu dhumayidum chiram. As long as you live like a fire. It doesn't matter how long you live. You have only little time, make it more effective. Doesn't matter you have long time sitting together, but not even talking. You must have good relation between husband and wife. Somebody has to see the wife, oh, you are my wife, for last so many years we are together. How much time is spent looking at their face? Maybe before marriage, while seeing, no, that time you must have seen. After that, husband, no, husband. Husband is husband. Wife is very invited forever. People say she is my better half, he is my better half. Where is the best half? Make better half and promote them to best half after some time. While marrying, they may be better half. Kalyanam kalinjada, mudinjada. Kalyanam kalinjo. You say Kalyanam. In South India, I don't know, in North India you say Kalyanam? Kalyanam for marriage? Yeah. Kalyanam, you had your Kalyanam, you finished your Kalyanam? That means married or not, right?
Yes.
Yeah? Kalyanam means happiness. That means finished your happiness. Never say that I finished my happiness. You should say I am living in happiness. Kalyanathil irikyan. I am being in marriage is what is important. Being in Kalyanam is important. Not finishing Kalyanam. Understood? So I am in Kalyanam. Don't say I finished my Kalyanam. Don't say I got married and finished it. No. Be in marriage. Being in marriage is what is important. That's life. You show that, they will also become like that. You must have kids where they can speak anything to you. They can speak anything to you. So open. They should never find somebody else who is much closer than you. The time they find somebody else is closer than you, I'm a psychotherapist. Many people come to me for counseling. I've seen when I went to Kannur last time, a professor in a college. Husband is a tax expert. Only one girl child. who is doing B.Tech in one of the prestigious college. The police comes to the house and asks, is this ornament yours? To the mother, who is a professor in a college. She identified, yes, this is mine. Then she asked, where did you get it? We got recently one smuggler and he has all this. Where did he get it? Your daughter steals from the house and gives to him every day. The lady had 132 earrings, out of which 50 of them were stolen by the daughter. And what she does? She gives to the lover. Why? They have sufficient money, both are employed, wonderful parents, but what is not, there is no sufficient time to communicate each other. And this lady teacher is a wonderful teacher. She is a good counselor. Every student, when they have a problem, they come to her, but she don't have time for her kids. What is the point in becoming very good? And what is being very good? Recently, one student of 9th class, she came, she said she is not talking to her father for 8 months, staying in the same house. She came and sat on my lap and then started crying. My whole jeans was wet after some time. I just asked, called the parents and said, sleep on your father's lap. She was reluctant, father was reluctant. I forced them, both started crying. I said, now onwards your daughter will study well. She is asking, for whom should I read? My mother is not carrying me, my father is not carrying me, I don't have good friends. I was put in hostel for a long time, now only they brought me here. They don't love me. Every father, every mother should make their kids to sleep on their lap. Sleep on your wife's lap. Don't hug them after dying and then say, no, you are my lover. That's all enough. But while living, show that. That's more important. When I lost my mother, I telephoned to my guru. I lost my mother. Now you have become an elderly person. It doesn't matter what age you are. You become only an elderly person when you lose your mother. I lost my father when I was 4 years old. So I have mother. So my mother, as long as she is there, I am only a child. How old I am and what position I have, all that doesn't matter. I am a child. Give that feeling to the son. Give that feeling to the kid. You are only my son and daughter. Show them when somebody is carrying a small child, this is how I carried you when you were small, young. And they will start hugging you and kissing you. Oh, you carried me like this. Fine, that's simple. Today morning somebody came in my house. I asked the boy, I generally ask funny questions to them. I asked the boy, who is your enemy? Sister. So, recently I went to one justice in Kerala, High Court justice. In that house I went. One is studying engineering, another daughter is studying MBBS. In the daughter's hand there is a big wound. I asked how. The brother bite it. For what? I was changing channel. Can you imagine B.Tech fellow? What is the point in being tuck? See, the emotional control is never taught. You must show love to each other. If you can't show that, and what is that we are doing? And what we do, when I go back home, divide, partition it and construct another house and say that no, the well has to be constructed, this is my portion, this is your portion. And your kid also will do the same thing tomorrow. Give it. Give it to somebody else. How does it matter? It will come to me whenever. No? If my brother has a wonderful house, it's very good. I can go and stay there. No? Free of cost. Why should I spend money? Only love him. Correct, no? When I come to Muscat, I don't have to have a house. I can stay with Ajit. He's my brother. So when he has a good house, he has a good wife, good kids, fine. It's good for me. When I go to Delhi, so many houses. Any place where I go, I have many places to stay. Why should I have a house? If you have a house, it's restricted. You can only stay in your house. If you don't have a house, it's wonderful. You can stay in anybody's house. So don't construct a house, stay in somebody's house. They will take care of you. Change the attitude. Share, care. Make somebody to come and stay in your house as guest. The kids learn that habit. They will start loving people. Okay? There are many things which can be said like this. a
I have a
wonderful
question
system.
if no one else has. But one question that I have is, as an Indian society, we are great as individuals. Yeah? But when we collect in the form of a group, somehow our group productivity is not the sum total of individual ability or productivity. What is the solution for that?
No solution. Everyone has got a different selfishness, different way of life, different culture, different ritual, different practices. We are not into a society where, that's what I said, 5 aspects is there. When you talk about the physical, emotional, intellectual, all these are individualistic. Even spiritual is individualistic. Only one part is social, is together. There is a crisis, there is a crux. Indian community is much better and united together than any other part of the world. You know, when some small problem happens in the Western country, nobody will serve others. Even serving somebody else, we have only the habit, nowhere else. Social service is a punishment in America. If you drunk and drive, social service. But in India, social service is a system. I think we are much better than anybody else. But of late, what has happened is, we started keeping our generation far. We said, don't do anything to anybody else. Because the Western style of living have influenced us a lot. We become so selfish. The combined family system has gone. That's what I said, we don't have even tolerance to keep some guest in your house. We say, no, my system will go bad. I don't have time. My son has exam, so don't entertain any guest because kids have got exams. Don't we say this? So this social participation has lost. They have become so individualistic, so selfish. But I think it will come back again. Now people started feeling insecurity. Why most of the temples and most of the religious people, religious practices, yaga, yajna, satsang is coming back? Because they started feeling insecure. Oh, as an individual I am not able to do. I need a lot of people to do. And it is more when you come out of India. The satsang is more active outside India than India. Why? And assume you go to Delhi, you will see Tamil groups, Andhra groups, all these groups. Why? Because as it is, they feel insecure. When you have people around, they feel happy. In my house, every Saturday I have a satsang. Started long back. I used to teach Vishnu Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, have talk like this. Now 40-30 people used to come. I am so safe. When I go to Delhi and stay for 2 years, I don't have to worry. Because for my family, how many people are there? Every week there are 40 people coming in my house. They are all my relatives. So I think this system is growing now and it will become much more stronger. I think it will grow much more stronger. But only one problem which most of the Hinduism have. That's what many of the old saints used to say. One problem which Hinduism have. We are all have got leadership. So 2 leaders cannot go together. If we cannot pull him, we will pull the carpet where he is standing. That habit, if he goes, allow somebody to grow. Even between spiritual gurus, you know how much competition they have. They start counting how many people are around. If I have more people, my guru or the meditation guru used to say, we saffron people, when we start seeing another saffron, the first feeling, oh, he is my man. He is our man, same group. Then we start counting how many people are around him, how many people we have around. And then so who has more? You find out which group he belongs to. Oh, he is from that group. So competition. There are many spiritual gurus in India. I don't have any partition between. I go for many of the people for speeches. Seen people who dump people on paying money. And you ask the people who are sitting there, who is this person? We don't know anything. They will just sit there and listen because they are all paid by. Transportation is free, food is given free. You get thousands of people in India. You want lakhs of people? Contractors are there. They will dump people there. So never. The social get-togetherness should be because of your willingness. And that group will become much more stronger. That's all what is required. It doesn't count how many people you have. Only 6 people. They are strong because of unity. That's more important. If 100 people are not there, 1000 people are not there, no problem. You have 5 people. 5 people can do many things in this life. Shankara as a single person did so much. Vivekananda as a single person did so much. It's not how much people you have. And how fast you grow is not important. How deep you grow in somebody's heart is more important. Whether I can influence somebody with my power, talking, working, it's not talking is not important. Yadyada jarati srashta tatta devete rojana sayat pramanam gurude lokastad anuvartade. See, a person is doing and I should follow him, not while he preaches. It's very easy to preach like this and make people happy. You can make people happy. Come back home and see how I am with my wife. If I am very bad there, what is the point in talking about it? My family should say, oh, my eldest brother should say, I have a young brother. He's much better than me. He's doing a lot of service. I have not done that much. I wish I could have been like this. My wife should tell, I have a wonderful husband. My kids should tell, I have a wonderful father. If we can make them, if all that is also possible. But every day evening I must be able to say, yes, I am doing well. If you can tell that from your inner heart, such people join together, they become powerful. If you are doing it for showing, after some time you start feeling, why should I go there? I am not getting anything. Because you are always going to get something, not to give something. When you are going to get something and you are going, you are a beggar. Yes or no? You want to do social service, ready to give something. Never go to get something. Okay, that's more important. And when satsang happens, unity happens, everybody should have something to share, something to learn, something to give, something to achieve. Not in terms of material, but in terms of at least spiritual, emotional, intellectual, social, everything. That is more essential. So I think society is growing much better, much faster. Lot of satsang, lot of groups, lot of guiding people in the right direction. India had a lot of problems. India had good time, and again we are going back to that. Every Western people are coming to India to learn now. Every spiritual gurus in India have got disciples abroad. They are all coming for spiritual solutions to India because everybody has problem. And there is only one country who gives spiritual solution to all these problems. That's only India. And we must be very, very, very happy being part of that land. Assume we could have been in Afghanistan, we will be teaching how to throw bomb, how to catch bomb and all that. Right? No. So we have a strong society in India. Himalayam samarabhya yavat Hindu sarovaram tam deva nirmidam desham Hindustanam prajakshade. It's a place created by God. Lot of gods around. No? Everywhere you have God, each ministry. We have got a wonderful system. And that's how we should. It's not that I don't have problem, therefore I will serve somebody. I have problems, still I will serve somebody. Our each God represents like that. Every God had problems. I remember when long years back when somebody asked me a question, my younger son I gave a Maruti car, my elder son I gave a scooter, but they started fighting because I gave two different vehicles. I said, look at Shiva, he is the solution. He has given to one son rat, another son peacock, and his wife has got a different vehicle, not the same make, no, all different, and his house itself is like a zoo. With the snake and no, this thing will not go together. So even when in a house you have got this imbalance, as a collective it will not become that. If you have one tube light, it gives a light. Tube lights together will not give you double light. Never gives double light. It is log this plus log that together in mathematics. So it's a logarithm of this and logarithm of this. It's not exponential, just reverse of exponential. It never becomes double nor closest to double. It will become dampened together. So that's more important. But if you are all together, you can make real wonders. It's very simple. But how long, how many people will be there? Doesn't matter. As long as it goes. So
I have a question. We, of course, we listen very attentively, we listen, we understand exactly. We feel that we should follow those sort of lines. But when time comes, it becomes very difficult to follow certain.
That's correct. Very good. Therefore, I can keep coming and giving more lectures. See, you take bath one day. Correct? Are you clean for throughout the life? Every day you have to take bath. So you can't, anything like motivation, any lesson which we learn, we need to keep reminding ourselves. How do you remind? That's why the symbols are given. That's why the spiritual scriptures are given. Keep reading it further. Acharyat padamadate padam shishya somedaya padam sa brahmajaribhya. From an acharya you learn only 1/4. 1/4 you have to create yourself. 1/4 you get with the people whom you are. 1/4 you will get only after some time. You can't get it 100% in the beginning. It becomes after some time. It's a mission in life. You can't be good and if everybody at house is bad. Everybody have to be good. You have a routine to follow, everybody has to follow. You have to upavasa, not one person. Everybody should take upavasa. Otherwise somebody will be cooking and you will be starving and you feed somebody else. Every practice has to. That's why we have got rituals, which is a social activity. Why? If you don't have concentration in prayers, but somebody else is praying, automatically you will get concentration. If you are praying alone, you will lose your concentration. But if you are in a bhajan, definitely you will fall into that. So it's the frequency in which you are being driven. So you need people who will be along with you. They will drive you. Motivation will be along with the people. So never live individually. At least sometime. That's why he keeps saying, you want to do business, you want to go for purchase, you need some company. Correct, no? But don't take one company. If this company is not there, get somebody else. Otherwise what happens? No, otherwise what happens? She says, no, I am not interested today. You will also feel not interested today. No, I have got a therapy called the purchase therapy. Many people feel dull. You go for a purchase, they will become very smart. Another therapy is called the jeans therapy. You are dull, put up a jeans, you will feel like rocking. So you have to dress up yourself. See, I am not joking. Every military fellow is wearing a dress to get themselves trimmed onto that. The time you put your belt, they feel powerful. If you don't have belt, finished. Your wife will become police. You put your belt up and cap up, he becomes the police. You remove it, finished. So you need to dress up. That's why Swamijis are wearing saffron and they are in a specific place. They are living something like that. The talking also will become slower. How did they trim it? They trim themselves. You must read. I have a guru called Nitya Chaitanya Yati. Wonderful guru in Kerala. He keeps asking himself. He goes for abroad. He must have gone for lectures in 190 countries in 1970s. He was a very special guru. Looks at all spiritual scriptures in terms of psychology. Social. Wonderful. He was a director for one of the psychology institution in Delhi. Not even a graduate. Not even 10th class. Yes. With knowledge. And then he keeps traveling. He keeps asking himself, am I really a sannyasi? His books are so wonderful. You will feel, he's like a living person, normal person. He never pretended himself as a Swami. He keeps asking himself, am I a real Swami? You know why? When he goes abroad for satsang and he comes back, somebody asks, how was that? The girls really wonderful, beautiful. They rock and dance, yeah? This is what he says. What a spiritual guru is this? And he says, what do you mean? Spiritual guru should not, see the dances? He should not explain this? Yes, I can. That story of a guru? Guru and Shishyas were going together. And some lady was crossing the river. And the guru, what did she do? He took the lady and then allowed to cross. And Shishyas were looking, I could have got a chance. Instead of the end, there was a satsang. Then Shishyas asked, Guru, what you have done is not right. What is that I have done? Why did you carry the girl? So what? I left her there, only you have not left her. So it's your problem. You are not carrying it. You carry bad things along with you. Carry good things. How to do it? Whatever you have learned, keep saying to somebody else. When you tell somebody else, assume that you want to be a good student. You want to be a good student? Come. You want to be a good student? The best way is keep saying all your friends, I am the most brilliant student. Best. Keep on saying I am the most brilliant student. The parents should tell she is very brilliant. She feels now I have to study. No other way. You have to keep up your word, right? You keep saying I am very strict. I will reach the time I say. You have to stick to time. You say no, I don't eat, I don't drink tea. Tomorrow can you beg for tea? You will say no, I don't drink tea. You keep on telling this to everybody, nobody will serve you tea. So you will become that. So what you wanted to be, you keep saying it. Easiest way is that.
But by following that particular pattern of Kadam and brilliant, don't you think sort of like a portion, like a craving or something which we...
It's everybody have to be trimmed for a purpose. It's slightly difficult to get into the path which is very very tough path is there, but you have to force yourself sometime. It's not easy. Not every Swamiji don't want to run away. They also want to run away, but they are in a trip and then they keep going, and after some time that becomes routine. Given a chance, everybody want to divorce their spouse. The society says no, be there, and after some time they get tuned. You take the photograph. I conducted an experiment when I was doing my MSc, 1984, 86. I used to take the family photo of two, husband and wife. Those times, if I ask my students to bring all their parents, relatives, family photo, husband and wife together, brought all of them. I got thousands of them. Cut it and divide it. All segregate. Ask them to put it together. Exactly the people who have got a good match can be matched together. You can tell this is this person's wife, this is person's husband. You can trim yourself, you will tune yourself, you will change yourself in the pattern. If you live together with somebody, you will become that. You understood? If I live with the people who are all cruel, I will also become cruel after some time. If I live with the people who are all sattvic, I will also become sattvic. So what is to be done? You want to continue in a pattern? Be with them. That's what satsang is. At least meet them in a week. You will become that. That's as simple as that. Don't think positive, act positive. There is no point in go on thinking I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, and do nothing in the world. Right, no? Act positive. The time you think, keep acting. Never wait. There is no point in thinking. Just now I demonstrated something. You want to demonstrate something?
Even after too much positive approach, if depression comes, what you do?
Depression comes because of three things. One is you have a bad attitude, bad environment, bad skill. Biggest problem is you have an attitude but you are not having skill and environment. But definitely you have got a good attitude, you can improve your skill. Okay? If you have a good attitude, you can find environment. Yes? You have an attitude for swimming. If there is no swimming pool, you will hunt for swimming pool. If you have a good attitude in swimming, you will learn swimming. What people have is, you have a good attitude, you find some reason for postponing it. And you will spend time and you will start thinking, oh, I should have done it earlier. I should have done it earlier. And what you will do, you will again think for a few more years. That's why I said, don't think, jump into action. Udyamam, sahasam, dhairyam, buddhi, shakti, parakramam, shadhede, yatra vartande, devam tatra prakashyat. Wherever entrepreneurship, sahasam, jump into action, buddhi, shakti, parakramam. What is parakramam? When you wanted to do something, she says, don't do it because she is your closest friend. Slap her. If somebody discourages you, never listen to them. That ability is called a parakramam. Shadhede, yatra vartande. These 6 qualities, wherever is there, God will come behind you to support. You don't have to go behind God. And this quality is what is required. That's more important.
But some people invariably sort of try to defeat you or try to demean your position.
Why do you
it's very difficult to sort of absorb that kind of...
No. Nobody can defeat you if you have got confidence. Nobody can harm you if you have ability. The world is so large, so much opportunity. How does it matter? If not here, somewhere else you can grow. grow like a tree and fall like a river. In my book backside I have written, grow like a tree and fall like a river. Somebody is stopping your flow, wait for some time, you can overflow, or you can flow from below, from sides. Okay, you should have patience. Who is more powerful, when the log, the wood which stops the river, or the river? And the tree, maybe heavy wind will come, it starts twisting. How does it matter? Wind will stop one day, it cannot be permanent, right? You become stubborn, probably you will break. If you become so flexible, what will happen? Maybe you will bend, but again it starts growing up. So it's always possible to find some other place. It's all your mindset. Sometime when something does not happen, don't get panic. It's not that what you know, this is what I wanted to do. You are not the ultimate knowledge. There will be somebody else who guides you, and he will tell you this is not good for you. Even God could not be successful everywhere. Lord Krishna went for negotiation, he failed. Correct? Lord themselves have lot of problems. Know that Rama had lot of problems. Krishna had lot of problems. So it keeps coming. Whatever you do in one Janma, next Janma it will come back to you. Arrow from shadow, that's one of my poetry. In one Janma, Sita was the only wife. Next Janma, Krishna is wonderful. He has got many wives with all problems. Correct? In one Janma, Lakshmana was the younger brother. With all the act which Rama has done, Lakshmana suffered. Next Janma, Balarama became the elder brother, started kicking every time. A full drunkard. You can imagine the God who is having a full drunkard brother. He keeps on disturbing. What to do? And one Janma, Rama gave an arrow in shadow. The poetry name is Arrow in Shadow. In next Janma, Krishna gets it back. Very simple. Whatever you do in one Janma, you get in next Janma. Whatever you do today, it's not that what you do today. Each day you take as a birth, and the next rebirth, you think that you are in the next Janma, and that is your next day. So when you do something today, tomorrow it affects you. So you be positive, you do in action. Tomorrow definitely it gets you into a better position. So never say that no, I am doing this because of somebody's fault. That's what we started with Karagri, Vasade, Lakshmi, Karamati. It's all in my ability. I can do it if I can. It's me to decide. Whether I should do here or somewhere else, it's up to me. I can decide where I want to do.
How this connectivity is really shares, really very interesting subject. Your soul and we talk about soul, body and your mindset. How this is really interconnected, which helps each other in maintaining positive attitude?
See, it's a wonderful question, Manas and Buddhi. There are a lot of conversations on Manas and Buddhi in this. You go to Orkut or internet and type Buddhi, Manas, DrTPS. You will reach my arguments on that. There are a lot of discussions on this. This is my discussion with my students and me on Orkut. Okay, because most of my students are young students who are active on Orkut. Now only Facebook came. So I was there for last 10 years. So in which, what I say is, we have a desire. The desire comes from Manas. Okay, most of the time our desires are non-acceptable to the social life. Therefore the Buddhi will say, keep quiet. What does it mean? I have to have an ice cream. So this friend is there with me, let him go, then I will have ice cream. So I don't have to pay for it. Even that thinking comes from the Buddhi. Manas will not have. Manas only want, I want. Buddhi will say, keep quiet. Most of the time this happens. Now you feel like going home. Buddhi will say, not now, next year you go. And you become upset. And what happens? At night when you sleep, you will dream about your father, mother, relatives, hometown. And where is this dream comes from? It comes from Atma. And Atma will not interfere in any activity. You don't take ice cream when you feel like taking ice cream. Why? Ice cream, no? The water is very bad. They prepare in some other place. That's not very costly item. You keep saying so many logic. But night you will dream ice cream. And maybe after some time you will say, you should have eaten. Somebody when you eat, they will say, why did you eat it? You should not have eaten. Who says this? This is Atma. He is like a judge. He will never interfere in the activity, but after committing he will say, you should not have done, you should have done. Now, this Atma, when you become a spiritual person, you are became Athmeeya person. How do you become Athmeeya? All your desire that comes in Manas is exactly dictated by the Atma. Then what will happen? You want ice cream? I don't mind. You want ice cream? Not required. Do you mind eating? No problem, I can eat. I will not give you. No problem. Can you be this attached detachment? That's where is Athmeeya is. And Lord Krishna says, Uddhared Atman Atmanam Atmanam Avasadhayet Atmaiva Hyatmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmanaha. Your enemy is your own manas. Your friend is your own manas. Who is this you? Your Atma. And that Atma becomes closest to you or your enemy depends on whether you are keeping your manas close to Atma or far from Atma. You can decide. And when you put your Atma in the manas place or manas in the Atma's place, that becomes spiritual. And Buddhi, it will only keep data sets, and whenever it is required, it will download. Masala vada, idli. You never had it in your manas now, right? But the time I said, in the Buddhi it is there, not in your manas. From the Buddhi the picture is taken, now it is there in your manas. Where is it? In your manas only. Is it in the Atma? No. Atma have no desire. Because Atma never controls the Indriyas. Indriyas are controlled by Manas. But just behind Manas, Atma. Keep it. Hridaya guhara madhye kevalam brahma matram. Ramana Maharshi says, inside your Hridaya there is only Brahma. It has no desire. But what is externally is what is creating you desire. What is seen is only in desire. What is heard is only in desire. You like pakoda? You like pakoda? Jalebi? Laddu? You have an answer yes or not, right? Do you like chapochu? Yeah, what is that? You don't know. Therefore you have no desire on that. Nothing like that in the world. I just said some word. See, all other things you have seen, you have experienced, therefore you know whether you want or not. Want or not, both are desire. But what is not heard cannot be. Now I will tell you, chapochu is almost like masala dosha. You started constructing the shape. Who is constructing? Manas is constructing. And where is the data? Data is from the Buddhi. That's how the relation is. Most of our problems are because of the conflict between Manas and Buddhi. Manas will tell do it, Buddhi will say don't do it. That's why I've got another poetry which says, undivided earth, God please give me another birth where you have got less of brain and more of heart, so that I will become happier. With no plot number, house number, every dog can walk, every animal can walk across the world, but we only have restrictions. Why? We are the most intelligent people. So, making our life compressed, smaller and smaller, selfish and selfish. The time you open it up, you become an Athmeeya Purusha. And do you own a house? Yeah. Where? I have many friends, I can stay in anybody's house. How many houses you know? Every house is my house. You go to a temple, I can sleep there. The temple is yours? Yes, it's my temple. Every temple is our temple, right? We can sleep there. Do you have a house? Yes, I have a big house, 3-4 houses in Delhi. Where is that? Parliament House. Can you think like this? That's what is Athmeeya. The time you get attached, you become selfish.
So, but then you said about desire, but then how one can identify whether that desire particularly good desire or bad desire? So desire is desire ultimately.
Yeah.
Some or the other it stimulates you.
That's what I said. When the desire gets satisfied, you become happy. Okay? Never make you to say tomorrow that whatever happiness I had is there. Oh, I should not have done it. I repeat it many times. Any desire, once you get satisfied, you become happy. But never get a happiness which makes you to tell tomorrow, oh, I should not have done it. Who is telling, oh, I should not have done it? The Atma. You can do any mistake, but make your Atma stronger. You know what? When Gandhari called who? Her son, Duryodhana, and asked, why my son? Why you are like this? Look at your cousin brothers. They are all wonderful kids. Why can't you be like this? He says, Janami dharmam. Mother, I know what is dharma. Nachame pravarti. I am not able to do it. So simple. We are all like that. Janami adharmam. I know what is not to be done. nacha me nivritti. I am not able to stop doing it. Janami dharmam nacha me pravritti. Janami adharmam nacha me nivritti. Why? Kenapi kamena hridistitena yadha niyuktosi tatha karomi. My hridayam with desire keeps on telling me, do it, do it, do it. I am doing it. I am innocent. So your desire has to be controlled. I have a wonderful house. I am not satisfied. My brother has a better house. He is very rich. He has got 7 bedrooms. I have only 2 bedrooms. Your desire is not bad. I can become much more richer, construct a house. But in last 2 years in Delhi, I was going around a bigger house, Parliament house. I have a desire to own that house. Is it possible? So you must know what to control your desire. That is to be desire. So controlling up to which level I can go, I should desire. I am seeing nice dress in the shop. Oh, I should have this. Where do you have it? The desire is in your manas. Where can you take it? From the shop to your body. Can you take it inside manas? And when you wear it, can you see this? When your friend wear, you can see it, right? No? So what you should do? The best dress you give it to your friend. And say, wonderful dress. Your closest friend should wear the best dress. Don't you see like this? That's how it is. Never think that, no, I want. Give it to somebody else when you like something. You know the happiness which you get? It's immense happiness. Every mother gives the best dress to the kids, but not to them. Why? They love them. Why can't you love everybody? Problem, right? The desire have to be controlled. Where, when, with whom, how. That's a social. So balancing this desire with the social life is very, very important. And that is decided by intellect and the manas. Manas is this. Manas is again not heart. I've got another point. Open heart surgery. People believe that heart is manas. Okay. So I, the poet, gets a heart attack. And the doctor says open heart surgery. I said, don't open my heart. There are a lot of secrets inside. So people get confused between heart and manas. So manas cannot be shown. Where is your manas? Given to somebody. It's like a software in your body. It's like a software in your body. And
really good question.
yeah, manas is like a software in your body. And buddhi is like the archival medium in the computer. Okay. Input output device is your indriyas. Atma is what? The operating system. Operating system. That controls actually the software. But not directly, indirectly. From the software language, it has to convert it into operating language. Operating system does it. Once that boots up, problem starts. Indriyas are open, problem will start. Enjoy yourself. A spiritual person is not worried about how his look is. He is not worried about how much knowledge he has, how much people are around him. He knows that somebody will come to me. I don't have to hunt for people. It will come. Knowledge, I will get whenever I want. Guru, they will come to me. Why should I go behind? Guru will come to you. That's how it happens.
Sir, you mentioned something about power. Something very interesting. How the power is different from your ego?
Power can add ego. Power can also reduce your ego. Have you met any time Prime Minister Manmohan Singh? Most powerful man in the country. Do you think that he has ego? No ego. Very simple. Very simple. Very, very simple. You don't see such people. No. So simple. Have you seen TK Nair? Advisor to Prime Minister? Very simple. Okay. The more power you have, they become more simple. In between is this problem. In between is this problem. When you are rich, you don't feel that you are rich. When you are somewhere in the middle, you feel you are rich. That's a learning process. When you start learning scriptures and spiritual, you think I know everything. That is B.Tech, BA, BSc. But after that you got into MA, Master of Ajnana. You will learn whatever you have learned is nothing. And when you go for PhD, permanent head damage. You will know whatever I have learned is useless. When you go into higher and higher, you realize whatever you have learned is... See, when as a student in 8th class, 9th class, 10th class, we define how to define set in mathematics. You know the first lesson which we learn in our MSc is set is undefined. So all this learning is at smaller level. When you reach at higher level, all this become undefined. God, temple, photo, scriptures, descriptions, praising God. You know what Shankara said at the end? All these are contributed by Shankara. Rupam rupa vivarjidasya bhavado dhyayena yat kalpitam stutya nirvajaniyada gila guru duri kritayanmaya vyaptitvam jamaya krita. Rupam is not that, there is no shape for God. I have given a shape. I cannot explain what God is, and I try to explain God. God is everywhere, and I have put him in some temples. Chandavyam Jagadisha, please pardon me. I have done doshatrayam matkritam. These 3 doshas are done by me. Can you imagine? That's where in the first thing he thought that he knows God, and he started explaining what is God. He thought he could see God, and he started giving shape to God. And later when he became much more powerful, much more knowledgeable, he said no. Lord Krishna taught Bhagavad Gita. How many of you read Uttara Gita? After Gita there is a Gita. After Gita there is a Gita. During the war, Arjuna learned Bhagavad Gita, assumed to be learned, but he did not learn anything. He said no. Krishna in the war field, during the fighting time, when all the opposite people are there, do you think somebody can learn Bhagavad Gita? Is it the time to learn? And 3.5 hours of chanting, 4 cassettes, no? Takes that much time. After that war is over, again Krishna and Arjuna together. Krishna, you chanted something, no? Why can't you replay the cassette again, please? Then Krishna said, keep quiet, you don't require all this. Ananda Shastram Bahu Vedidavyam Alpascha Kali Bahuvascha Vigno. There are a lot of Vedas to be learned. And there are a lot of things to learn in this world. You don't require this now. Only that time you want. And after some time you don't require it. Why? Now you should learn how to practice breathing practice and sleep well, because you have only 30 more years. Arjuna learned Bhagavad Gita at the age of 65. When Krishna was 83 years old. 18 years difference they had. But we are all much luckier, we learned. But we never passed after that and then learned Uttara Gita. We started only at the lower level. So when you learn higher and higher, your ego will. Only way to balance this power and ego is learn higher and higher. When you start climbing the mountain, you keep around. Oh, I can see this much. I am climbing up. You climb some more. I can see much more. You climb on top of it. You know what the next stage? You have to come down. Correct? You can't anyway stay on top of it. So the climbing thrill is only while climbing. As soon as you climb on top, your eagerness is to come down. And if you go to Kailas, Manasa Sarovar, the reaching there is so thrilling. All parikrama is over, what you will do? You have to come back. Once that is reached, then you feel, oh, this is different, I can go again. So until you reach there, you think it's a great place, I can't reach there. Throw it. It's the way you should look at your life. I just left my job when I was almost to become joint secretary in government. I was in defense, intelligence department. We reach there, we think this is the highest. It's not the highest. This is much more highest. What happened? What happened? What happened, beta? Huh? Wash face. If somewhere something happens, wash face. Wash legs, wash face. That's the best treatment. They become fresh. I remember when two kids were fighting each other. Okay? And assume that this kid starts disturbing and got hurt. Everybody will start scolding, correct? Definitely that's what happens. I remember called her and said, please say sorry now. They will not say. Will they say? They will not say. I just told them, if you say sorry, the whole attention will be on you. People will leave. Can't. I said, so sorry. You know, everybody, I never told them in front of everybody. Coolly called them in some corner and told them. I went and told. And everybody started, what a cute girl, huh? She says sorry, no? With all interest she is saying. Nobody forced her to say. So never force kids to do anything. You make them to do it voluntarily and tell them cool, no? They will do it.